Do you ever wonder how professional hitters can hit 96 plus with nasty spin like it's nothing? It almost looks effortless, kind of like Matt Carpenter. It legit looks like he just got off the couch with a bag of chips, walked up to the plate, tossed a bag of chips aside, and then hit some bombs. He might have the chips, but I got the sauce because I'm spilling the beans. All the secrets that I find in Matt Carpenter swings, I'm going to tell you in this video. What's up, studs? I'm Coach Cal, and I'm going to break down 6 things that I found in Matt Carpenter's swing that I would steal myself if I wasn't a washed up player coach. But stay tuned for the fall because we're actually going to do some tabla breakdowns, meaning put a ball out again and hit some bombs for you guys. It's got to be for the content, right? Now, I know I said these are things that I would steal from his swing, but in reality, these are just things that I would player hack. And the first piece I'm player hacking is that half of the battle. Yeah, that's right. The first half of the battle is the positioning. The way he gets into these positions are beautiful. There's no one that's doing it better right now in this game because, again, he just looks bored. Take a look. That is absolutely nasty. Now, when we slow things down, we will find some secrets, some player hacking secrets. Now, first things first, he won the battle. Take a look. Both of his heels are on the ground immensely, completely, and his weight is even amongst both legs. Maybe a little more on the backside because he saw the spin, but he wouldn't be able to see the spin if he wasn't in that strong 50-50 position. Had he stayed back too much, he might have just tried to rush out of it and do what majority of amateur hitters do. Matty's not doing that. What he did instead was get into his 50-50 position. From there, he was able to identify the spin of a curveball, and boom, barrels. He is heels down into the ground, both heels, because I know coaches will teach squish the bug or clear the hips or hips before hands, but there's none of that in Matt Carpenter's swing. And I think that's what's giving him the advantage right now is the fact that he's able to minimize the effort. We don't have the luxury to be maximal against pitchers throwing 90 plus with nasty spin. We can't be maximal. We're going to fall off a lot of pitches. We're going to miss a lot of pitches, and we're not going to see the spinners very well. So if you can minimize that urge to try to hit the ball further by just being more controlled, you will counterintuitively get more barrels, which is interesting. But one thing I want to take away is this positioning, 50-50s, heels on the ground. I want to see more of that for real. Second thing I'd player hack, again, is the concept of trying to hit the ball further, and that's the stretch. We'll get here and we'll try to stretch as much as we can with the hands and the legs, maybe the hands going this way and the foot going that way as much as possible. You heard it before, which again is pretty cool if you want to hit the ball far, but if you want to be an effective hitter for a long period of time, it's about the simplicity of what you do with your movements, right? Right here, there's no stretch. It's just angles are set. I'm gonna take my baby step, get in a strong position, and then just go. So that's the second thing I'm gonna player hack. It's the idea that we need to stretch. We need to get big with our movements just to hit the ball hard, which that's not the case at all. Now, this third thing I'll player hack is his elbows. Pete, look how his elbows never change distance, and they're almost like delivered at the same exact time. Usually at this point, we want to just throw the hands and release it, but that's just us trying to hurry the barrel up instead of trusting the barrel. So the barrel's behind you. All you have to do is finish with your back side, your back hip, your back shoulder, and blast through it, and the elbows will work together in that motion just so much better. There's no hand, hurry up, barrel. There's none of that. And basically what I'm saying is there's no loss of trust. He trusts his swing, he trusts his hands, he trusts his body movements to where his angles are super tight and he's just focusing on his angles. There's just so much hitting baseballs that you can do. At some point, you're gonna have to complex it a little bit and start thinking about angles and start thinking about where your bat is in certain positions rather than just trying to hit the ball, because in hitting the ball is actually the easier part. Hitting the ball effectively, that's another story. Now we skip to the lefty. Lefty. Carpenter hits another bomb, 0-2 count. I do want to point out two things. Two things you want to player hack for this one right here, and they're both going to be restraints. Restraints means you want to avoid doing this for as long as possible. Now the first one right here is his lead shoulder. Peep how he wins that first half of the battle, baby step, and look at the positions he's in. Take a look at his lead shoulder. 0-2, he's holding that shoulder, and he's literally just trying to drop his hands right into the zone without trying to use his bigger chest muscles, which feels strong. It feels like it's the right thing to do. It feels like it makes us more powerful, but it is a hoax. is not going to help you do anything other than roll over, miss balls that you should be crushing, and so much more. But I want to talk about what he's doing well, and that's that restraint. So restraining this shoulder from opening up is going to help you stay in the zone a lot longer than you normally would had you be pulling that front side open or that top hand over. So that's the first restraint I absolutely love. Bomb. So notice how he hit that right center, right? Had he pulled his chest open, that's a ground ball to first base. If he's really on, that's a top spun line drive to the right fielder. Maybe he has a chance to dive at it, who knows? But the spin matters, and he's keeping his spin true because his upper body is just chilling. Shoulder does not want to open. He just wants to get his hands through this ball, and where he catches the ball determines how far he hits it, right? He hits it here, if it's a fastball, he's going to hit that to the other side very hard. But he's catching that ball out in front on a breaker. He saw the spin, able to catch it out in front for a home run to left center. Backspun, not top spun. There's a difference. If you're liking this breakdown so far and want one for your own player profile, then I highly suggest you click that first link in the bio, because we're going to cover everything from turning your singles into doubles by working on your speed, your sprint form. You're going to have to send me your fielding videos. You're going to have to send me your swing mechanics and live at bats if you got them, all that. And we're going to make an action plan to help certify your skills just a little bit more, help you reach that next level. Use this code for the YouTube family because y'all were the first to see it. And I only want full-time ballers. So full-time ballers, I will see you on the other side. The second restraint I want to talk about is his back foot. Now look at this. He does not want to open up and pop that heel and squish the bug with his foot. He wants to restrain that. Peep how his heel almost comes back on the ground. That's him trying to hold the ground as long as possible. Now you see guys squish the bug. You see guys get on the tippy toe. You see guys get heavy on that front foot, getting that back foot off the ground. And you also see the scissor kick. So you see many moves with this back foot, but the idea, the premise remains the same. That's hold that contraction, hold the ground as long as possible. And Matt does an amazing job with that. That's going to help you use the whole field, essentially. That's going to help you backspin baseballs more, use the whole field, and roll over a lot less. Now, this last piece out of the player hack from Matt Carpenter, it shows that he's doing it so well because both of those homers were off of breakers. Now, breakers, this technique versus breakers is going to help you hit more breakers, and that's the palm up method. If you can get into that strong 50-50 position and enter the zone with the angles that we spoke about in this video with Matt Carpenter, and you stay palm up, that is a recipe for barrels all day. Fastballs, curveballs, anything you want, because you're able to see the spin and you're able to stay through and give yourself a bigger margin to hit the barrel on the ball. And Matt Carpenter has been doing that so well. He hit a double last night. I'm recording this on a Monday. He hit another double last night on top of his 2 home runs the night before. So this man is catching barrels. He's doing the right thing. He's keeping the spin true. He is not top spinning anything. He's just a hitter. And these are things that you want to steal from hitters and add to your game. Remember, we're not here to emulate hitters. We're here to steal things from them, player hack, and make it our own so that it helps us get more barrels. And they're here for us to learn from. So make sure you guys do that and you stay away from the red flags of coaches saying he's a big leaguer, he could do that, not you. Don't worry about that. Don't listen to that. I feel like that's terrible advice. We should learn from the people that are above us. Matt Carpenter is a great guy to learn from. Had 2 years off, and now he's in the spotlight in the biggest city in the world for the best team in the world. So those are 6 things I would steal a player hack from Matt Carpenter's swing. There's so many more players out there that you can player hack. I want to know who you guys want to see next. Who should I player hack? And yeah, let's go. I'll see you guys at the next video. Y'all already know that the time is always now.